In the next section of videos, we're going to have a look at setting up the machine, and that's going to include putting all the accessories in the right areas for operating the machine, and then we're going to go through how we load up the material and also calibrate the machine so it's ready to do that first print that's also important. So let's have a look at how we're going to do this operation. The first stage of getting the machine set up is going to be there's a cable tie that runs front to back on the machine. Now it's really important that you cut this before you turn the machine on so we don't cause any damage to any of the different components. Okay, so we're going to use some cutters or some scissors. Now we've cut the cable tie, what we want to do is install a spill holder onto the back of the machine. So we're just going to turn the machine slightly, grab the spill holder, and this is going to go in so it's top down, and then as we push it through, we should hear it start to click into place, or at least locate so it's perfectly square coming out of the back of the machine. So the next thing we need to do is install the glass plate, and that goes into the front of the machine. So we need to open up the clips at the front. We're going to slide this in, let it click into place, and then return in those clips at the front, and that's now fixed in position, ready for us to start printing. The last thing that we need to do now before we can turn the machine on is to plug it into the power supply. Okay, so we're going to take the power supply and the kettle lead. We're going to connect both of those together. Then what we need to do is make sure that we plug this into the back of the machine. Now it's important that we do this first before we plug it into the wall. What we then need to do is make sure that the flat section of the power supply is facing down, and that just plugs straight into there until we hear a click. To make sure that that's secure, if you give that a quick pull and make sure it doesn't come out, obviously if it does come out it's not insecure enough, so we need to put a bit more pressure on when we reapply that. And then we're going to take the plug and we're going to plug that into the wall so we can turn the machine on. So now we've got everything connected, we're just going to flip that switch and wait for the machine to boot up. So now we've got the machine set up, let's have a look at the calibration, and then we can do the calibration and then load in the materials.